Hello everybody and welcome. This is Adrian. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's going to be time for a new series. We will be playing some Victoria 2 with the Concert of Europe mod. And we're going to be playing a new campaign here for today. We actually had a really good response to our Confederate States campaign that we started not too long ago. And so I gave it a long, hard thought about what country would be interesting to play as. And I first decided we definitely need to play something in Europe. And then I decided, well, it'd also be something, it'd be pretty cool to have something in North America, you know, to have some sort of need for a balance between handling affairs in Europe and in North America, or South America, or just the Western Hemisphere in general. And I decided, why don't we play as the nation of Spain? Why don't we play as Spain? So, we'll be playing as Spain today. Obviously this is the Concert of Europe mod, so this mod starts in the 1st of September 1821. And we're gonna try, I think for this campaign, we're going to try and preserve the Spanish Empire. So the Spanish Empire was actually on pretty good footing until the year 1808. And in the year 1808, Napoleon Bonaparte and his army were fighting Portugal, and so he kind of quote asked for military access from Spain to go and engage Portugal, to move troops through. And he eventually did occupy most of Portugal, but he actually also ended up occupying most of Spain as well. He actually put his brother in charge. He placed his brother on the throne of Spain and had asked the Spanish king to step down from power, and the Spanish king really had kind of no choice but to accept. And so, in the year 1821, obviously, this is the Concert of Europe, so Napoleon has died, but his legacy still shakes Europe. In the year 1810, let's come over here to the New World. In the year 1810, Mexico declared independence from Spain. Sooner or later, a lot of these, you know, small Latin American countries had started to declare independence. By this time in 1821, Jose de San Martin and, you know, other revolutionaries had really kind of freed Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, and they were starting to push up into what was the last bastion of Spanish power, which was Peru. And over here, we can already see that in 1821, Simón Bolívar and the government of Gran Colombia actually do control most of northern South America, I guess you would say. Most of the old principality of what was called New Granada. There was, I believe, I think there's 5 viceroyalties under the Spanish. The viceroyalty of New Spain, which was all of this. The viceroyalty of New Granada, which was all this. The viceroyalty of Peru, which was all this. And I believe there was one more down here and one more that controlled this area of Cuba. And so basically, we as the Spanish, we own Puerto Rico, Cuba. We own most of Panama, but it is kind of occupied by the Colombians. And then we own just a couple last bastions here in Ecuador. And then we do have Spanish South America. This guy's Peru. Peru is our vassal / puppet. But obviously because of the Chileans and the Argentinians pushing up from the south, and then Simón Bolívar and his army pushing up from the north, there's kind of going to be this pincer on the last bastion of Spanish power, which is Spanish Peru. And so we're going to try in this campaign to see if we can... see if we can resist and try and save the empire. You guys might actually remember in the previous campaign that we did, in our Confederate States campaign, Gran Colombia actually was defeated and actually re-annexed by the Spanish. They were never independent, which is pretty crazy because I've never seen an AI actually do that. That's pretty gnarly. So let's see if we can perhaps copy them in that achievement. So we'll see what we can do. Spain itself is a great power. We are number 8 in the world. We are a constitutional monarchy in 1821. We are 5th in the world for prestige, 14th for industry, 10th for military. We have a population of 4.1 million, and that is across the entire empire as far as what we control left, or what we have left to control, right? Puerto Rico, Cuba, we have Panama, Ecuador, and we still own land as well in the Philippines. The Philippines was not lost until 1898 in the Spanish-American War. But actually, out of all the great powers of Europe, 4.1 million adult males is very, very small. It's not really a big surprise that Spain is, you know, very much a small, kind of, honestly, kind of a backward industrialized, non-industrialized country at this time. They were pretty good at ruling their empire, but Napoleon kind of came in and messed it all up. So we'll see if we can reverse the course. We're at war with Gran Colombia, the Dominican Republic, Argentina, and Chile, and we are allied with Peru. We have a puppet of Peru. So let's jump on in and see what we can do. I've actually never played as Spain before. I've never tried to achieve this, so we'll see what we can do. Let's have some fun. All right. And so basically, our goal is to not only preserve the Spanish Empire at the height of its power, but also to reconquer areas that were historically under our control at the height of Spain's power. So that probably means the southern Netherlands. Well, or maybe just all the Netherlands, but usually it's just like the southern portion. I mean, the northern Netherlands was independent eventually during the 80 years war. But we're going to want to take some land here in the Netherlands. We're going to want to take some land here in Sardinia. Basically all of the two Sicilies will need to be annexed. Probably Parma. We need to own Milan technically, but I'm not actually sure if we'll be able to wrest control of that from the Austrians. And not only that, but we'll also have to get most of you know, South America under control, which is gonna be difficult because we do have basically no men over here. We have a few troops that we can use to engage you know, timid targets around the place, but it's gonna be difficult. This is gonna be a difficult campaign, I think, at least in these opening stages. So first thing I want to do, let's just go through all of the bars at the top. Let's see what we got. Production, we produce canned food, grain, horses, fruit, and fabric. Okay. Our literacy is 12% across the empire. We generate 6.7 research points per day. We make basically no money, so tariffs are gonna have to go up. As far as research, what do we want for research? I'm thinking something economic or perhaps military in nature, because I think if we have better military tech over most of the rebelling nations in South America, we'll be okay. I don't actually know exactly what we want to do as far as research. What do I want to do? Freedom of trade and guild-based protection. Freedom of trade does give us education efficiency. That'll help us out. Military staff system would be pretty nice as well. Maybe we'll just go for this military staff system. I don't know exactly what we'll do, but let's just go for that. That sounds like it'd be useful. We're gonna want to encourage bureaucrats across our realm. Our largest region is Castilla la Nueva. 397,000 adult males. We have mostly farmers, a couple laborers, about 20%, artisans, 11%, slaves, 2.4%. We actually do have slavery here. Soldiers, 1.7%. You know, maybe we actually encourage soldiers. Well, I don't have any money. That's the thing. I don't have any money. We can create some colonies in a few different places, which we will want to do. We can take this decision, the rights of man, so let's go and do that. Okay. So before we begin the wars of reconquest against most of these guys down here, just a little bit of backstory. Do we have a navy out here? No, we do. Just a little bit of a backstory. So in 1821, there was kind of the idea that Spain would not reconquer its empire. From 1810 to about 1821, Spain had been fighting a lot of wars of reconquest and a lot of wars to stop the independence movements here in South America. And it was kind of starting to look like Spain would lose. Gran Colombia was definitely pretty big. You know, looking at this on a map, this is pretty scary. And then obviously Chile and Argentina. You know, war with them as well. Gran Colombia right now is trying to free Ecuador. He does not control Ecuador, so we'll see where that goes. He's pretty weak militarily, so Spain annex Gran Colombia. We want to take out the Dominican Republic. We want to annex the Dominican Republic. Expedición Libertadora del Peru. Peru wants to be released, and then Bolivia wants to be, or Argentina wants Bolivia to be independent, and then Chile wants Peru to be released. And then we're trying to puppet Chile and Argentina, so perhaps we can do that. So we're fighting 4 separate wars right now. We're fighting 4 separate wars, so we'll see how that goes. But like I said, so in 1821, it kind of looked like Spain was going to lose the military situation. They had been through a lot of political turmoil. I believe the king that was on the throne of Spain at this time was King Ferdinand VII, and he's usually seen as kind of like a weak and, you know, kind of incompetent ruler. In 1821, he had actually assembled a force of 30,000 men here in Andalusia. He had assembled a force of 30,000 men to sail out to the New World and actually stop Simón Bolívar here in the north and eventually go and reconquer Argentina and Chile. And that army actually rebelled. They actually rebelled in Spain, and they said, hey, you have to, you know, there was a constitution that Ferdinand VII agreed to live by, which was the Constitution of 1812. And by 1821, it was kind of obvious that he was not living by the rules of the Constitution. And so this army that was set to reconquer the New World basically rose up in a coup and told Ferdinand VII, hey, you have to reinstate the Constitution of 1812. And he had no choice but to accept. France would intervene a little bit, kind of, sort of, a little bit. There were some, you know, some interventions between Spain and France. France at this time was Bourbon. They were ruled by the Bourbon dynasty, obviously because Napoleon Bonaparte died in 1821, or he you know, was deposed in 1815. The Bourbon Restoration happened. I believe King Louis the 17th, right, of the Bourbon dynasty was on the throne of France at this time. France was friendly to Spain, but they obviously could not have too liberal of a regime on their borders. So France eventually intervened in Spain. And that's the political situation we're in right now. Is, you know, we're having some political unrest. We have nationalists all over the you know, South American continent, and our military is large, but we need to get them to the New World, you know, and it's very far away. It's hard to get troops over here and to transport troops around. Let's check out our navy. How large of a navy do I have? I have the Armada Real Española over here in Cartagena. That's in Spain itself. We have an Armada in the Philippines. It's kind of small, but you know, it's there. And then we have an Armada of Cuba. So what we're gonna do is, I think, let's take a look at the military situation. So this is Gran Colombia's army. 3,000 cavalry, 6,000 infantry. I've got no generals in this force. That's unfortunate. So what I think we're going to do, we're definitely going to grab as many troops as we can possibly muster. We want to grab a few clipper transports over here. We're also going to grab this Armada de Cuba. Or Armada de Cuba. Yeah, or Cuba. And I think we're going to move these guys. This 9,000 men we're going to try and use to reconquer the Dominican Republic. I don't think they have any soldiers, so we should be okay to do that. And then I think we will grab this 9,000 men, these Peruvian troops, and this 9,000 men here, and we will push up and crush the army of Gran Colombia and start reoccupying their stuff. And then as soon as we have entirely reoccupied Gran Colombia and secured Panama, we'll push back south against Chile and Argentina. We will be at war for, I think, a very, very long time. And right now we have the liberals in power. They have free trade, laissez-faire, secularized, residency, and pro-military. I would prefer either reactionaries, which is the Comun Apostólicos, or the Partido Moderado. God, how do you say it in Spanish? Partido Moderado. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pronounce it. I know. I gotta practice my Spanish. And we have conservatives in power, so I probably could hold an election right now. The conservatives would probably win. In fact, I might actually do that. Interventionism, protectionism, moralism, residency, pro-military would probably be pretty smart. So we'll do that. So let's go and take it kind of slow. We will, let's just get these troops over here. We'll transfer these troops over to the New World. And we're going to focus all of our efforts over there. That's absolutely what we want to do before we focus on anything else in Europe. Okay. I got a question in the Twitch chat real quick. What will we do about Portugal? So Portugal historically was ruled by Spain from 1580 to 1640. So they've been independent for a long time now. Perhaps we can puppet Portugal. I'm not entirely sure if we can actually conquer him. I'm not even sure if it'd be worth it. Right now, at this day and age, in 1821, Portugal and Brazil are ruled together as kind of like an equal parts of the Portuguese Empire. During the Napoleonic Wars, the Portuguese royal family moved to Brazil. I believe they moved to Rio de Janeiro. And they kind of never wanted to move back. Eventually, what would occur was the son of the King of Portugal, the son was named Pedro. He would eventually actually be declared Emperor of Brazil. He would be declared Emperor of Brazil, and Brazil would be independent of Portugal forever. I believe that was in 1820. It was a little later than 1821. It wasn't in 1821, I believe. I thought it was in like 1828, but it might actually be a little earlier than that. Okay, so let's jump on in. Let's have some fun. Let's move these troops to Santiago de Cuba, and then we'll move them to Puerto Rico, and then we'll invade Santo Domingo and La Vega, and then we'll start to push up into Gran Colombia. This is a lot of territory to conquer, so it's going to take some time. I don't really want to take any unnecessary battles. Maybe because this guy's my puppet, I will command his units. So Peru actually does have quite a few troops, so we want his troops. Where's his capital? Not entirely certain. A lot of his territory has been seized by the rebels, so we'll see what we can do. Let's move some troops. Let's go to Cajamarca, I think. I've got about what's 91827, about 30,000 on the continent, and we have another 9,000 here in the colonies, and then I believe over here we have what 15. That's 30. We have 48,000 in the actual Iberian Peninsula, and we need to move all those troops. Those 48,000. We got to get them over here to the New World by any cost. We will start an election. Let's create some colonies here in the Philippines. We have slavery in the Philippines. I'm not actually sure if slavery is legal everywhere, so let's actually double check real quick if it is. Slavery is actually still allowed in most of the empire. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. Friendly government grants access. Sulu will grant Spain access. Paraguay wants an alliance. Education setup. So this is a new version of Concert of Europe. So there's some new systems in place and such. I've actually never played this version of Concert of Europe, so we'll see how it goes. Paraguay apparently wants to be friendly to me. He has an autocratic dictatorship. He's allied with Argentina, so I don't think allying him is probably gonna be very smart for me. But, I mean, I could use allies down here. I don't know. Maybe it's actually worth it to keep him as an ally. I can't call him into this war. Oh, he would actually accept the call to arms against Argentina and Chile. It's kind of curious. But he could also at the same time be a liability. I don't know. I'll go ahead and refuse for now. He could be a liability though, so I don't know. It's kind of curious. We're gonna have an election. Let's get our the right party in power. We need to be making some money so we don't go into any debt. I don't want to really be subservient to foreign powers because of debt. That'd be very bad. Population is stabilizing. Let's see, crises. The crisis system as it exists in the game can sometimes result in weird and undesirable results, such as running event chains or releasing weird countries or at weird times. Crises have been disabled until some researchers revolution and counter-revolution in the 1870s. Okay, so I guess we won't have any crises until the 1870s. I guess that's fine. If the mod thinks that they need to be disabled, that's okay. Pacifist surge, perhaps violence is the answer to all. Can we raise any men? I can raise troops in Europe. And then here I can raise troops in the East Indies. I can't, I can raise troops in South America. Yeah, that'd be good. So what do I have here? I've got infantry and cavalry. Okay, we don't have a lot of ships though, which is unfortunate. Let's grab a couple of ships here, I think in Europe. We'll merge up here. Let's grab these men, and let's start the long trek to Puerto Rico. It takes probably a month or two to get these troops around. Okay, so we've got Colombian troops over there. We want to engage them. Let's take a look at our Peruvian troops. Let's go to, actually, we'll probably go to the province of Trujillo. Yeah, let's do that. The Argentinians and the Chileans kind of worry me because they do have a few troops down there that I can't really resist right now. But I want to get rid of the Colombians first. I think that's the best thing for us. I need to get rid of the Colombians before we push back south. Let's see, secularization and religion. We'll go for faith. Pluralism. we don't really want to make the, we don't want to have the Colombians take any more territory than they already own. So let's do our best to try and resist them. This army here, this 12,000 men, this is 6,000 infantry, 6,000 cavalry. Simon Bolivar himself commands that force. So we'll have to keep an eye out for him. Major decline in slave population, apparently. Interesting. So I guess our slave population is declining. How many slaves do we have right now anyway? 93,000 slaves in our empire. Interesting. Okay, let's take these few troops. Let's go over here to the Dominican Republic. I think Haiti's already been independent. They've been independent for a while at this stage of the game. We are patriots. We're going to fight for our country. Sulu wants an alliance. We'll go ahead and decline. Is there any great powers that I could ally right now? We're pretty friendly with the French. I'm not sure if they'll accept an alliance, though. Let's take a look. Historically, actually, the United Kingdom was kind of not necessarily hostile to the Spanish during the Wars of Independence, but like one of the generals that helped secure the Chilean War of Independence, he was a naval admiral named Admiral Lord Coltrane. Coltrane, C-O-C-H-R-A-N. And then there was actually an Irishman by the name of, I believe it was Bernard O'Higgins. He was actually one of the central generals of the Chilean War of Independence, and he was, you know, he was Irish. He wasn't, you know, Chilean. So, you never know, man. You never know who's fighting your War of Independence, you know? Okay, we're gonna attack that force here. We have 27,000 men to his 11,000. We don't have any generals though, which is unfortunate. I wish we did. I may actually be willing to attack Simon Bolivar in that location. We'll see. State capitalism or interventionism? Right now, because we do want conservatism power, I'll pick interventionism, but I think maybe state capitalism might be better in the future. So we are engaging here in La Paz. The Chileans have engaged my Peruvian troops. That's unfortunate. So we have 11,000 Chileans and wow, like 21,000 Argentinians. Holy crap. That's quite a bit. But like I said, we will focus on the Colombians first. Panama might also be declared independent because we have some rebels over there. Our troops are now arriving in Puerto Rico. Let's see, protectionism campaign? Yes, absolutely. Do I want to merge up these fleets? Do I need these transports to bring over troops from the old world to the new? It didn't actually take these guys too long to get here. So I'm thinking we might merge up. I might just give these guys, I don't know, man. I need these transports. I'm actually, yeah, I'm going to merge up the fleets, I think. Okay, take a river crossing there. Let's grab these Peruvian troops. Let's get them up north. I'm willing to let Peru be occupied pretty much completely almost. It's the Colombians I'm worried about. So we gotta kill those guys. A holy appeal. Oh, there we go. A liberal military insurrection in 1820 forced King Ferdinand VII to accept the Constitution of 1812, which reserves most governing power for the elected parliament. Now, after several years as a virtual prisoner of the parliament, the king has taken a desperate step. Invoking the agreements of the Vienna Congress, Ferdinand has called upon France to restore him to absolute rule, even if it requires an invasion in force. The French, it is to be feared, will only be too happy to have an excuse to wage war upon us. Okay. To war by Jingo. So apparently we're at war with France. This French-Spanish war. France wants to cut me down to size. Holy shit. Really? Wow. Okay. That's not good. We can't resist France. I did not actually know this is actually an event. That's pretty interesting. We do not have the troops to resist France and fight the wars of independence. Prevented from raising armies and lose 50% of their forces for 5 years. Must pay 25% of tax income for 5 years. Jesus, that is a bad fucking event. Holy crap. That's because of our king. I can't really resist the French, dude. I've got a lot of inventory, but... I can mobilize men across the empire, but, I don't know. I don't really want to resist the French. I'd rather have these troops for these wars of independence. Well then. Panamanian nationalists have, yeah, they enforce their demands, so we lost Panama. We'll have to take it back in the future. All right. Okay. Let's see. We actually, Peru has quite a few troops, man. Seriously. 20,000 Chileans, 23,000 Argentinians. Let's push up against the Grand Colombians. Okay, so conservatives are in power. Raise taxes, raise tariffs. We need to be making some cash. Spanish people have spoken. So we're mobilizing troops from all across the empire, or at least in Spain itself, Spain proper. Yeah, I can't really beat the French, man. I mean, unless I had an ally of some sort, like the United Kingdom, but... So, how many brigades do I have now? I have 30 brigades. I could just capitulate to the French, and I think possibly... I think when I get cut down to size, 50% of my forces for 5 years. I don't know, man. I mean, I can't fight the French. I would rather just use... I'd rather take the cut down to size and use whatever troops that I can muster for the New World. I think that's exactly what we have to do. I don't think I have a choice. I can't fight the French. I mean, I will conscript whatever I have to, if necessary. We're still mobilizing as well. Did I lose troops in the New World? That's possibly what happened. Holy shit, that was a decisive defeat of the Colombians. Wow. We just stack wiped all of Simon Bolivar's army. God damn, we lost a lot of men doing it, but fuck. That was pretty cool. Okay. We're losing our great power status, which is unfortunate, but it's something that I'm willing to bear the cost of. Okay, so apparently we still have these 35,000 men. So we have social tensions now. That's unfortunate. We've raised basically everything that we could to fund our military right now. So we're funding a very, very large military. Let's go after this guy. I believe we did lose the troops that were on this ship. I think we did lose those men. I think we lost a few men in the New World. But overall, I don't think much else has changed. Alright, well, we're going to send these guys over here to the New World. Let's go to the Port of Cadiz, and let's just merge up all of our armies there, because we need to get these men to the New World. I'm trying to see. I can't command, for some reason I can't command Peru's armies anymore. I used to be in charge of their armies, now I'm not. It's kind of weird. Damn. These Argentinians and Chileans, they're going to fully occupy Peru pretty soon. That's kind of scary. Yeah, I lost quite a bit of troops. I lost regulars for sure. I lost some regulars, but I think it could have been much worse. I think it could have been much worse. Okay. See, you're 1822. We've defeated most of the Colombian force. He's got 3 regiments somewhere. I may have to move south and engage the Chileans and the Argentinians. Bernardo O'Higgins is leading this army here. 18,000 infantry, 3,000 cavalry. This is actually not being commanded by Jose de San Martin. This is 20,000 infantry, 3,000 cavalry. Okay. We're losing pretty serious money. I'm not sure if that'll ever improve itself. God damn, we take a lot of attrition, dude. For real. Jesus. I can't even catch these fucking armies, dude. Oh yeah, that's a Peruvian army, son of a bitch. Yeah, we lost most of our troops in, yeah, we lost most of our troops over there in the New World. Well, we lost a few. It wasn't, yeah, it was a lot, but it probably could have been worse, I think. It could have been bad. What do we have here? This is artillery. Artillery is going to help us out with sieges. These are regulars, these are conscripts. I'll bring over, I don't really want the conscripts right now. I'll bring over the regulars and any artillery that I can get. I don't really want the conscripts per se. Ooh, we're finally building our new transports. That's good. Okay, let's have these guys land in Puerto Rico, and then we'll start pushing up into northern Colombia. Actually, willing to abandon that siege if I can trap these guys here. I need to kill the Colombian army. That's my job right now. But these Argentinians and Chileans are about to fully occupy. If they push up into Ecuador, we will have to engage. I'll have no choice. Yeah, I can't allow them to push up into Ecuador. Then again, though, we're about to take this back. You know, Gran Colombia annexed Panama. So as soon as we start occupying Colombia, we're gonna get some taking war score for that. Yeah, I can't afford to spend $50,000 right now. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult to fight. Let's go ahead and push up along the coast. We will push up along the coast and we will try and annex most of this Colombian territory. Let's push up along the coast. We're gonna be taking a lot of attrition. I don't have the troops to battle with the Chileans and the Argentinians at the moment. I don't have those troops available. At least we're getting the Dominican Republic back. This is actually a state. It is not a colony. That's pretty cool. Okay, so where are these men? These guys, the fleet. Where's my fleet? Right here. Taking a little bit of attrition. That's okay, though. Let's see. Dominican nationalists. I'm hoping we don't get any more rebels. Shit. That would suck. I'm trying to get this damn bureaucracy going so I can get some income. How many more troops I'm going to bring over? We can mobilize quite a few men. But the question is, how many troops am I going to bring over? I'm actually considering maybe we shouldn't bring over any conscripts. Maybe I should actually demobilize and just bring over the regulars. Maybe the regulars will be enough. Perhaps that is true. My fear though is that because of our cut down to size, we can't mobilize again. That's my fear. And I'm guessing if I demobilize, that's probably exactly what's going to happen, is I won't be able to raise the troops again. So for now, we'll just bear the costs. Which may very, very soon be debt. Yeah. I have no generals. So attacking the enemy is pretty difficult. Slave population remains stable. Pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna move. Let's grab a few of these men so they don't take too much attrition. So we're gonna push up along the Grand Colombian coast. We've got a few Colombian troops there. They've completely secured all Bolivia. I wonder. I mean, if I have to trade away... In all honesty, if I have to trade away Peru to secure Colombia, I'm actually kind of willing to do that. I don't exactly know if I'll have to make that choice, but if it's necessary, it's necessary. Okay, so we have quite a few troops here in Colombia. These guys are going to be pushing up here now. They're getting some ticking war score. Our country has fallen in status and lost its position as a great power to Portugal, Brazil. Fine. I don't really have any choice. I don't have any way to change the outcome of that. So, if that's what it is, that's what it is. Military access has been rescinded from Sulu. Let's bring up these men. You know, I might actually need to grab those conscripts. Yeah. I think I actually probably will need them over here. I think I'll need them over here because these Chileans and Argentinians are getting real close. Why is it that I can't command your troops anymore, dude? What the hell? I used to be able to command Peru's troops. Now I can't. It's weird. After that peace deal, like, I wasn't able to anymore. It's really strange. Huh. I don't know. Okay. I think we go ahead and grab... I think I do have to grab the conscripts and whatever's left of the regulars. I don't think I have too much of a choice. Whoa, taking attrition. That's not good. Okay. We're going to research military staff system. So we're going to bring over as many troops as we can. Let's get Grand Colombia occupied and hopefully re-annexed, and then I can push back south. Okay. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break here. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching as always. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I really hope you're excited for this campaign. I am very excited as well. This is going to be a long, grueling campaign, but it's going to be very, very fun. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much.